Today, we will talk about, is the dodo a dinosaur? The dodo bird, Raphus cucullatus, is an extinct flightless bird that was endemic to the island of Mauritius, east of Madagascar, in the Indian Ocean. The species died out before 1700, less than 100 years after encountering men. The dodo's closest genetic relative was the also extinct Rodrigues solitaire, the two forming the subfamily Raphinae of the family of pigeons and doves. The closest living relative of the dodo is the Nicobar pigeon. A white dodo was once thought to have existed on the nearby island of Reunion, but this is now thought to have been confusion based on the Reunion ibis and paintings of white dodos. Some fossil remains show the dodo was about 1 meter, 3 feet 3 inches tall, and may have weighed 10.6 to 21.1 kg, 23 to 47 ol. in the wild. The dodo's appearance in life is evidenced only by drawings, paintings, and written accounts from the 17th century, because these vary considerably, and because only some illustrations are known to have been drawn from live specimens. Its exact appearance in life remains unresolved. Similarly, little is known with certainty about its habitat and behavior. It has been depicted with brownish-gray plumage, yellow feet, a tuft of tail feathers, a gray, naked head, and a black, yellow, and green beak. It used gizzard stones to help digest its food, which is thought to have included fruits, and its main habitat is believed to have been the woods in the drier coastal areas of Mauritius. One account states its clutch consisted of a single egg. It is presumed that the dodo became flightless because of the ready availability of abundant food sources and a relative absence of predators on Mauritius. The first recorded mention of the dodo was by Dutch sailors in 1598. In the following years, the bird was hunted by sailors and invasive species, while its habitat was being destroyed. The last widely accepted sighting of a dodo was in 1662. Its extinction was not immediately noticed, and some considered it to be a mythical creature. In the 19th century, research was conducted on a small quantity of remains of 4 specimens that had been brought to Europe in the early 17th century. Among these is a dried head, the only soft tissue of the dodo that remains today. Since then, a large amount of subfossil material has been collected on Mauritius, mostly from the Mare aux Songes swamp. The extinction of the dodo, within less than a century of its discovery, called attention to the previously unrecognized problem of human involvement in the disappearance of entire species. The dodo bird, also known as Raphus cucullatus, is an extinct and flightless bird that was endemic to the island of Mauritius. It was a bird that went extinct over 300 years ago, but is still one of the first things most people think about when they think about extinctions that were caused by human beings. It is also a bird that was given a bad reputation and was eventually labeled as fat, lazy, and dumb, although this might not necessarily be the case. The history of the dodo bird can be traced all the way back to the Pleistocene epoch, about 2.6 million to 12,000 years ago. This is when a flock of pigeons navigated off course and ended up on a little island that is located in the Indian Ocean, just east of Madagascar. In this new environment, these pigeons not only survived but prospered, and over the next few thousand years, they began to evolve until they eventually became the dodo bird. If you take a good look at most dodo bird pictures, then you'll soon see an emerging pattern. Most of the images show birds that were not only large but were pretty fat. That is how they were drawn, as fat and lazy birds that were incapable of even evading animals hunting them. However, their supposed obesity is not entirely accurate. In fact, most of these birds were generally on the thin side. Why are they so often depicted as fat? Well, that would have a lot to do with several European artists at the time. They took it upon themselves to give the dodo bird more of a plump look. Dodo birds were about 3 feet tall and weighed around 25 pounds. Little else is known about how these birds look because its look is based on drawings made during the time. Some of the information that early settlers provided about these birds were highly exaggerated, and in some cases downright mean. However, scientists do know that since these birds had no natural predators for thousands of years on the island of Mauritius, they had no need to develop defenses. Which is probably where the fat and lazy propaganda description came from. When the settlers and their pets arrived, These birds just didn't know they had to be afraid of them, which probably gave rise to the notion that these birds were less than intelligent. One of the facts about dodo birds is that its extinction was due to a number of different factors. For one, colonists clubbed and ate quite a few of these birds. In fact, what they couldn't eat, they often preserved in salt for storage. Later, when the island became a penal colony, an island prison, cats, dogs, and monkeys were introduced to the island. The ships bringing sailors and inmates to this island often had rats, and these rats would also escape to the island. All of these animals would eat the eggs of the dodo bird, a bird which only laid one egg at a time. It wasn't long before these birds went extinct, which it officially did in 1681. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.